local and international sound.
Tell me what you came for.
Let's go!
What's up, everybody? My name is Aanda Magaga, the modern clever himself. And welcome to another beautiful Sunday of the journey, man. It's been a good weekend. Yeah. Let's talk about the weekend. I didn't watch the game, but let's talk about the weekend. What a good weekend for football. What a really good weekend for football. Ipagania did. Yeah, actually, I'm wearing black today. Ipagania, you know what I'm saying? Ipagania, yeah, man. And let's give it to Omeza, by the way. These ones. Let's clap for them. You know, I'm a person who likes to applaud when people are doing good things. Badlalilo Meza. Honestly, Badlalilo Meza. Emara ladlali Ipagania. Hey, ladlali Ipagania bafethu. Good game. Really good game. I was able to watch the highlights this morning before I went to work because I was working this weekend, so I couldn't watch the game. But next weekend, I'm there. Next weekend, I'm not working. I'm there, and it's the final. I'm excited for that one. I'm not going to lie, because, hey, you know, ipola le round, ipola la chiga all the time. So you never know. Next week, maybe Pola is what she got besin favor last week. So now this weekend, let's just give it to Omez. I don't know. Let me know what you think, man. Our WhatsApp is 066-137-2723. Let me know what you think about that. What's happening next week? Who's taking it? Who's taking the big one? Otherwise, today, you know what? I said I would like to open a chapter of my own journey to you guys today. And the reason why I'm doing that is, you know, I'm always bringing you guys other people's journeys. I have guests, and they come in with their amazing journeys. It's an amazing thing. And then somebody said to me, "Listen, Autam, yes, we appreciate the journeys that you're bringing, but we want yours." And I'm like, you know what? My journey is very long, man. My journey is very long, and as you all know, well, let me not say you all, but for those who know, actually, for those who don't even know. The reason why this show exists is because of my personal journey in this life thing. So I keep on just bringing you, little episodes here and there. So I said, okay, today, let me open up a chapter about my own life. Let me just give you a little chapter on my journey. And I would like for us to focus on being accountable today. It's something that I think has played a big role in my life. You know, I'm going to tell you guys this chapter, the ending. You know how people tell stories? In me, you'd only get Pagwe ending, the gist of everything. But for me, I'll tell you now what we're talking about, and what this chapter is going towards is accountability. And here's how this started. I was driving on my way to work a couple of days ago, and then I was having a conversation with myself because I'm there to somewhat doing. And I'm going to talk. Now I love talking. Even if I'm not here, I'll still talk. So I'm talking, having a good conversation with myself, and I started reflecting on the many times I've let myself down. You know how we always blaming other people. You know how we always blaming the system. Especially on my kulubaban, blame with no, I'm not where I'm supposed to be in life. Or I didn't make it in life because of my kulubaban ban. You know what I'm saying? Oh, because no, the system did this, the system did that. But what about what you did? What about what you didn't do? You know what I mean? So I said, Asanda, think back about your life and uzbuze, how many times have you held yourself accountable for the many losses that you've had in your life? You know, a lot of people think all I do is win. I'm not DJ Khaled. I've lost. I've lost in my life, you know. But in the true spirit of a winner, I always get up. I really always get up. So this is where everything started. 2011, 2012, I'm not going to tell you how old I was, but 2011, 2012, somewhere there, 11, 12, or 13, somewhere there. I'm in primary school. That's as far as you got to know how old I am. I'm in primary school. I've always been a homebody, right? From a young age, I was not a fan of being in the streets. I think it was a matter of, back then, I didn't have confidence. I really didn't have confidence growing up. So I would just stay in my comfort zone, which is one of the reasons why I'm here telling you the story today. So I've always loved being in my comfort zone. I would go to school. From school, I'm going home. I will stay at home, do my homeworks, in bed, go to sleep. Same thing every day. Made friends. I was staying in Quigney. Those who know East London, I was staying in Quigney. Quigney, Ilando, Nanhlale Queens. Yes, Nanhlale Queens. And the Queens, it's a whole community. That place is huge. So got to meet different people. Abanye met them at school. Abanye met them on the way to school because we get to see each other every day. Then I made friends. Cool, no problem. It was nice because me and my friends we're similar, man. Similar backgrounds. Most of us single parents, raised by single parents. So we got along because of those similarities, which was nice. Sharp, no problem. And then I found out that Amachita, they play sports after school. All right, no problem. I'm like, I'll give this thing a shot, and Ibala, which was close to a Queens. Those who know East London, Panga say Orient. There's Ikawe Paya. So that church, they gave us their field. But no, it's fine, chance. Zwagalani, after school, Nikabi Bola will give you everything you need, like Ibola and just equipment. Cool, no problem. So one day I went there and kicked around Ibola a little bit. And then so I was not really good on the field, And then they were like, try goalkeeping. I'm like, oh, okay. The ball comes to you, you just dive and catch it. I'm like, it can't be that hard. Turns out I was really good at it. Then they said, let me join the team. Join the team. Then we used to play at Bunkers Hill. Every weekend, we used to walk to a Bunkers Hill from Quigney's, Petikitberg, Sinda. It was a lot, We used to go there every weekend, play games. First few games, I was not really good, the nerves and everything, because in practice, it's nice. You're just practicing. But then once you're in there and it's game time, the nerves were there. And then the lack of confidence was there. So, yeah, I did make a couple of mistakes. I'll tell you one mistake that I made. I didn't realize that I'm so far from Miss Berlin to a point where someone scored from a center. But it was once. It will never happen again. Don't judge me on that. So that happened once. But after that, started really training every day, and I became good at it. Had an amazing coaches, actually. One of those coaches, and he's a gentleman I'd love to have on the show. I'm still trying to get in touch with him. He was the father of one of our teammates, Utata Kamshi. And respectfully, Utata igama lakhe was, actually is, I don't know why I'm saying was, Utata Dennis Fukubi. Abanye, they might know him, used to play for Chiefs back in the day. So he was one of the coaches there. Believed in me so much, him and the other coaches and the other staff. Believed in me, believed in the team. We played for a little while, then I stopped playing. And for the longest time ever, whenever somebody asked me, why did you stop playing soccer? I was like, I was just tired of training every day because I'm a goalkeeper and I'm training with strikers. Why am I running around the field with strikers during practice? Nah, I must just show up and play. That was my mindset at the time. Sharp, no problem. Fast forward a couple of years later, ndayohlala ezilalini eTsomo kulo mama. Cool, no problem. I went there, and isikolo yayitsomo high, abayaziyo iTsomo nandifunda eTsomo high. So that's where isikolo was. And then next to the school, there was a field. So after school, I used to see amakrutman amadala, who are not in school, playing there. I'm like, oh, okay, cool. Dinazi cox, it was a soccer boots, nazi cox, mdala lo. Nazi cox and nazi gloves. Let me give it a shot, because even there I was a home buddy. It was home, school, home. That was me. So I'm like, let me give it a shot. I remember it was Friday after school. Before in the scale, I packed my soccer boots and my gloves. Sfage Pageni went to school. After school, Nyani saw them there. I'm like, let me just sit and watch. And then the coach, he didn't know me, but he's like, this boy is sitting here, he's watching with this bag. And he's like, what's inside this bag? I'm like, no, it's my books and then my boots. And he's like, oh, okay, why is Ungacho? Do you want to play? I'm like, I would love to play. They were just practicing. He's like, okay, I know sharp enough flop. Wakupa njikiti wanika because they kwakuchinywa vele. Yani took out my stuff and I still remember the coach Kamalaki Ntashange. That gentleman, whenever he sees me today, I've never seen someone who's so proud of a person like he is. But we'll get to that. So Tashang is like, listen, get in the field. Lala, it's just practice anyway. ingene, and turns out I was still good, you know. And then after practice, it's like, listen, we have a game tomorrow. Show up. I'm like, oh, okay. And when I'm saying I'm a chrutman, like I'm a chrutman, I'm a dal, abanye, they were working and stuff like that. And now I was in grade 10 at the time. Hey, I'm revealing my age here. I was in grade 10. So nyani Saturday after school, Saturday I'm like sharp. I'm going. Wake up in the morning, do everything I need to do at home, and then divide. So it is not a problem. Walked, ndayibaleni, got there, nyani kusazodlala. And he's like, okay, listen, zokufaka second half. I'm like, okay, no problem, it's fine. Nyani kudlalwe. Second half, I think it was like 70. Yeah, I think it was like 70 minutes with like 20 minutes left in the game. Tashanga says, yeah, ngena goalkeeper. He used to call me goalkeeper. Like, ngena goalkeeper. I'm like, okay, sharp. Nyandi ngene phumele Grootman, sharp. Mfana, we played a good game. I made amazing saves. It was something else, man. It really was something else. And then after the game, he was like, you're my new goalkeeper now. That's what he said to me. He's like, you are my new goalkeeper now. It's official. I'm like, sure, sharp, enough, flop. So yeah, that happens. And then played a couple of games. And then again, I'm like, grand. I don't want. I'm tired. Sharp, no problem. I end up stopping. But not that I was doing bad things after that. Just a matter of that was the mindset again. Sharp, no problem. And then continued with my life. And I passed the scale. Sharp. And then got exposed to different things in this life thing. High school in East London, things went well. Went to varsity. And then after varsity, it was business. Business was booming. I remember, for those who don't know, my first business started with COVID. When they said lockdown, I said, okay, listen, I'm going to start delivering things to people. That business grew amazingly. Is that a word? Amazingly. I think it is. I've heard J. Cole say it. If J. Cole says it, it's fine. That grew. And I grew as an entrepreneur as well because of that business. Cool, no problem. I started being on newspapers. I started being on radio. This close to TV. I'm still going to TV. I was this close to TV. And then it was magazines, I got sponsored to study for free, to just further my studies in business, because the talent is there. Now I need the qualification. So things were really, really good. I was at the peak of everything. You know, when you're just like, yeah, this is it. You see, from here, I'm fun. I'm going all the way. It got to a point where people started comparing me to VT. There were people who were like, you remind me of VT. You're like the younger version of VT. At that time, I was like, oh, VT is like, VT is the pinnacle. So I'm like, okay, sharp, VT, I'm the young VT. And then from there, things just went down. No more radio interviews, no more newspaper articles, no more magazine articles. I'm like, what is going on? And I had to go back to the drawing board and say, okay, what happened? In that situation at the time, I blamed the system. And then now that I'm Dala, and I've realized that, Asanda, you need to hold yourself accountable. I would have been, like, when I watch Ipola, no. I look at some goalkeepers and I'm like, maybe that could have been me. And then I look at the reasons why I quit, and my reasons were Ukchima, I can't gym with the striker, whatever. In actual fact, I was scared. Same thing in business, where business is booming, you're doing well, you're at the top of your game, you are in rooms you never thought you would be in. And then I decided that, no, I'm done with this. I was scared. Now, this is me holding myself accountable in front of all of you. The main reason why I now sit back and look at what could have been is because I was scared. I was scared to fail. Not realizing that when I'm just like, let me not even attempt, that's failure on its own. I was that kind of person who says, I would rather not attempt something because I don't want it to fail. And it hit me at this old age that Asanda, the reason why you haven't achieved some things that you've always wanted to achieve is because you were a coward. Nobody wants to hear that. Nobody wants to be told that they're a coward. So I told myself first, boy, you were a coward. That's the reason why business did not go where it was supposed to go for you. That's the reason why your businesses are not where they're supposed to be right now. Because you're so scared of failing, you'd rather not attempt. Not realizing that you're sabotaging yourself and you're failing. It's a harsh truth. A harsh truth that is very difficult to stomach. But at some point that has to happen. You know, I've had ideas that were amazing. I still have them. Some I've written down, some are folders on my laptop, but it's just a matter of I'm afraid to execute them because I might fail. And that's my fault because I'm a coward. Not everything is going to fail. You know, some things are just destined to go your way. There are things that are destined for you. You just need to take that step. But the problem is why? You don't want to take that step because you're scared, because you're a coward. That's the truth that I had to tell myself. That's the truth that I want to tell you guys. That there are some aspects of my life where I've been a failure. And the reason for me being a failure in those aspects of my life is because I was scared to fail. So I did not attempt, not knowing that I'm doing exactly what I'm scared of. I'm failing. But the good thing about this life thing is you can fail forward. I'm back on radio now. It's been, I think it's been a year, if not two. Back on radio. I was nominated as Best Radio Presenter early 2024. I didn't win that award, but the experience was amazing. And just the fact that I was nominated, it meant a lot to me. It meant throughout the failure of growing up, being this scared little boy, now there's this grown man who's saying, I'm not scared anymore. If I fail, I fail. It's fine. As long as I'm failing forward. I have business ideas that I'm going to execute because now I'm not afraid to fail anymore. I've held myself accountable and I've punished myself long enough. Now it's time for me to be who I was destined to be. If it fails, it fails. It's not a problem. As long as it doesn't fail because I didn't attempt, that's fine. If it fails because I attempted and still it fails, I didn't fail. That business failed. If I try to get into a new career somewhere and it fails, that career failed. I didn't fail. The fact that I attempted in the first place, it means I didn't fail. That's why I'm saying it with a smile on my face, that I was once a coward. A coward who was afraid to fail. But today I'm saying it's fine. Let's attempt. And we'll fail. But we'll fail forward. That's what we need. That's honestly what we need. And it's also what you need to do with your own life. Are you being honest with yourself? Ask yourself that. You know, we've always wanted to hear the truth from some other people. But when you hear the truth from other people, you tell yourself, this one they're hating. You know we love having haters. They are haters, these ones. My haters this, my haters that. You are your number one hater if you don't call yourself out. Call yourself out. Fix your own mistakes. Learn from your mistakes and fix them. Nobody's going to fix them for you. It's very difficult. Very difficult, but it's possible. Speaking to you right now, this was once a dream for me to sit and have my own show. I have my own show. And it's the most amazing thing ever. It's a really beautiful thing that I have my own show. It's not something that I get to look at now from a distance. I'm like, one day it's going to happen. No. It's happening now. I have my own show. It's one of the most beautiful things ever. I just wanted to share that part of my life with you guys. I just wanted to share that part of my life with you guys. And I hope, even if it touches one person, to sit today before they go to sleep, tonight rather, before they go to sleep, and hold themselves accountable. And say, listen, I failed because I wasn't doing enough. I failed because I was scared to fail, not knowing that by not attempting, I'm failing. I failed because I took things for granted. I failed because I wasn't learning in the process. It's okay. After you say that, after you have that conversation with yourself, watch how things change. Watch how things change. That's it from me today, man. I just wanted to share that part of my life with you guys. And just to open your eyes on these things. That the grass is not always greener on the other side. It's just a matter of you just looking there on the other side. You're not looking at your own. Focus on yours. Focus on this one. And watch how things change in your life. Otherwise, my name is Aanda Magaga, the modern clever himself. Unchengile umsuthu. Hlube lihle noba lihlambanga. Amnaqhala kodwa nihlambile namhlanje. Today was the journey. It was my journey. And once these cameras go off, once this mic shuts, it's part for your journey. Take a look at your own journey. Take a look at what you're doing. Take a look at what you're not doing. And best believe things are going to change. Mr. Machola, sir, I know you're here with me. And I appreciate that so much. I miss our Saturday shows. My show used to be on Saturday. And Mr. Machola, actually, we used to have a good show. His show was before mine. And hey, listen, I miss those Saturdays. Tatu Machola, Sautibana Putemlebe, everybody else. Sautibana on the streets on social media. Behave yourself, man. It's part of grand. It's Sunday. Sundays are for lovers. Go be with your lovers. Now it's time for me to go be with my lovers now. I will see you again next week. I love you very much.
The World Wide Web is our home. Radio according to